show drones? You want to get some tight shots?
Well,
Well, I'm gonna be in there because
yeah,
I
we don't
have
have
to
any other
switch.
camera people.
But just I'll get it on the drone.
Okay.
No wide.
Okay. All righty, here we go, people. Thank you for coming. It's Vivian's first.
I know.
Look how
She's a little
excited we
nervous.
are.
A little.
Heather's done this with us before. She just did it with me for admissions. We literally did it a couple hours ago.
This will be fun.
We're going to be just fine.
Okay.
Z, turn the flows off.
Huh?
Turn the house lights out.
Yep.
Just a bit.
There you go. Yep.
So, mics are hot.
For some reason I thought people come to this if I set up chairs.
Yeah.
Are mics hot?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they're not. I haven't set them up. I'll turn you down.
All right, we're ready to go.
Yep, we can hear you.
I will ask for one final thought of advice. We'll go round robin. I think we did this before. You probably.
Coming to you in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Jan Yanahiro, and I'm the director of the School of Communications and Media Technologies. With me today, and oh, by the way, we are streaming this live, so hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. With me to my left is a co-director of our program, Steve Cotton. To his left, Vivian Lau. She is the Student Services Advisor. She is, we say lovingly, our comm lead. To my right is Heather Hasper. She's an aviation expert. She's a pilot, and of course, our drone production instructor. And joining us in just a bit will be Sue Raleigh, our Chief Academic Officer. And every semester we do what we call here the town hall meeting. And at the town hall meeting, by the way, we want you all and all of us to discuss classes, just, what's going on here at the university, new classes, new programs, new ideas that you may have. And that's what this town hall meeting is all about. Certainly, Heather, our drone production expert, has brought props. But first, I'm going to go over to Steve Cotton, the co-director of our program, and see maybe you can update everybody about comm and what we're doing.
Welcome to fall 2019. It's been a busy 4 weeks to start off the semester. I'm sure everyone will agree with that. We've had a busy time, but a real productive time also. The classes are going very, very strongly, both online and on site. And there have been some exciting things in terms of comm. We've been doing a lot of the esports events. We've had one major event that was 2 weeks ago, and starting this Saturday and going for the next 3 Saturdays, we'll be doing coverage, live streaming coverage of our esports teams playing other universities. I think we're playing.
What are we playing? It's all about the game.
The game is Overwatch.
Overwatch. Okay, Overwatch fans out there.
Please
tune in.
Tune in because we'll be playing 3 other universities. I believe this week it's Utah. It might be Brigham Young in Utah, okay. I believe.
BYU in Utah.
BYU,
okay. All right. So esports is big.
Esports is, and also for comm, our own coverage of our sporting events. We've been covering our volleyball team and our soccer team. And basketball's getting ready. We have a lot of our basketball students in comm, and we've been seeing them going to practice and getting ready for the season. The men's and women's basketball will be coming up, so there'll be coverage on that. So we want to tell you also to reach out. We also post on our Twitter feed. We need volunteers to help us shoot these events. Please volunteer. If you're online and you just happen to be in the Bay Area, please don't hesitate, volunteer. That's happened a number of times. Students have come in for a weekend and they volunteer to help on the teams, and you get a lot of experience on that.
And speaking of, you're in town, all the online students, come and see us here at this, we're in the second floor at 79 New Montgomery. And Steve and I have this policy. We have an open door policy. That means if our door is open, just come on in and talk to us. We'd love to meet you.
Absolutely. So please, the invitation will stand forever, please, anytime. One other thing I want to share with you is what we did over the summertime. I know it's past, but the legacy lives on online, and you should check this out. The comm department, and in cooperation with the rest of the university, we did a little film festival. And it was a film festival. We worked with Sony Consumer Products, because they were introducing a brand new phone called the Xperia. And the Xperia phone had a lot of cinema features on it, and they wanted students to go out and use it and make movies and make wonderful documentaries with it. So we got a group of 25 students from across the whole university.
From photography, from advertising, industrial design, animation, motion picture, television, certainly our communication students too.
And they went out for 3 weeks in the summertime and created the most amazing pieces of work. And it's still up. It's on the XperiaFilmFest.com. Xperia spelled with an X. XperiaFilmFest.com. And if you go there, there's 25 wonderful stories. 6 or 7 of them are from their comm department. There's some great stories. We're very proud of.
And of course, the big winner got $10,000 from Sony. So this is a partnership with communications and the university and Sony. And Sony gave the winning top video $10,000. There was also a $2,500 second prize, a $1,000 third prize, and 2 honorable mentions.
And they were so pleased. Sony was so pleased with the results. They even donated the phones to the students.
Right.
So the students got these brand new phones that just hit the marketplace in July, and here it is in August, and they got these brand new phones. They were worth $1,000 each.
$1,000 a piece on that phone. So they got quite a gift.
So they got quite a gift, and they have some wonderful pieces for their portfolios. Please check it out. You'd feel so proud when you see this work.
So to Steve's left, I want you to meet Vivian Lau, and she is the Comm Communications Student Services Advisor lead. I speak with Vivian every single day because she will be your best friend as you navigate the years here at the university, and we all want to see you get to the finish line, which is graduation. So Vivian, we're going to toss the mic to you.
Hello, everybody. So I am currently handling all the comm students, especially the athletes. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop by my office or call me, email me. I'm always here to help. And of course, especially right now, it's a registration. It's open, so register early. That's important to make sure you have all the classes set up next semester, and make sure you can get into the classes that you need to take. Or if you're interested in certain classes, we can look into it. Definitely let me know. And also, we have a total of 4 advisors in an undergraduate team, and we have 1 advisor for a graduate team. And so, feel free to reach out to your advisors if you have any questions, concerns, and also. We will have advisors we will be at 79 New Montgomery on the second floor, in the comm office every Tuesday. So feel free to drop by, say hi, and if you have any questions, we'll be there every Tuesday.
And the nice thing about coming to us in our offices, we have cookies and chocolates and snacks and crackers. Sometimes we have cupcakes. So, yes, it's an enticement to do come, and you can visit with your advisor right here. And every Tuesday, we have an advisor all day in the comm department sitting in our admin's office, and again, along with the cookies and the cupcakes and everything else. So, do come. And again, when Vivian says register early, she really means that, correct?
Yes, that's correct. Because classes, they can fill up really quick, especially the popular classes like, play-by-play, all of those classes.
Sports media.
Those classes will go quick. So definitely register early.
One quick thing that we put every single comm student on is called The Plan.
Yes.
And Vivian, you want to tell the students about the plan.
Well, the plan is basically your graduation plan. We want to make sure you graduate on time. If you're a transfer student, we want to, get you out of make sure you complete the program on time. So every time, every semester, we will review the plan, make sure you're on track with the plan, and we make sure you take the amount of classes you need to take each year to get you to the finish line, which is your graduation. So,
And
make
we're
sure
really
we
proud we can get you to the finish line. At this time, I'm going to ask Sue Raleigh to come in and step right in. Sue, come on right here, and this is a hot seat for you. And while she gets settled, I do want to say that Communications and Media Technologies, we are a 120-unit plan. We are a Bachelor of Arts degree, and we also are one of the few departments that you can take a minor in. So you can major in Communications and Media Technologies, you can minor in photography, you can minor in animation, you can minor in advertising, you can minor in fashion. All you need for a minor, 5 classes. Now, this is not an additional 5 classes to your 120. This is within 120 units. And we've had several minors.
Absolutely. We have a lot of persons who are minoring in motion pictures. And so they learn a lot about cinematography and lighting, which is also essential to our craft. So I highly encourage students to think about it. And you may have something, you were thinking maybe you want to work in the fashion industry after in communications. Well, then take some of the fashion classes and get a minor in fashion. So there, in terms of communications, because we have such a wide spectrum of jobs that we, are out there going after, it's really wise to take another minor and learn about another industry.
It's a global business, everybody, and everybody's cross over into every other department, so we think it's fine. We believe in collaboration. So at this time, I want you to meet Sue Raleigh. Sue Raleigh is our Chief Academic Officer here at the university, and we invite Sue to come to every single one of our town hall meetings, and I will tell you a secret. She's invited by every department, too. So, we like to think that we're special, but she goes to other department town hall meetings. However, she is here with us right now. And as we ask Sue at every one of these town hall meetings, tell us, what are the latest issues with the students? What are the latest issues with classes? Any ideas and updates that you should know? So, Sue, I'm going to pass the mic to you, and welcome.
Thank you, Jan. Thanks, everybody. It's great to be here. Hi, if you're out there watching this. We take the town hall meetings really seriously. That's why, even though these people are very busy, they're here because they want to make sure that you hear the latest information about the department. But also, the school has an open door policy, so any of these people are available if you need to talk to somebody, if you need to ask a question, or if you have a concern. This is not the beginning and end of the conversation. It's just the beginning of the conversation. So we want you to know that we don't want you to be out there struggling by yourself. We want you to communicate with us, and we'll do our best to get the information to you, whatever it is that you need. I think the thing that I always like to stress in all the town hall meetings is that even though some of you are new, or in some cases you've been here for a while, we're all about jobs. In fact, I just met with some people from NBC yesterday who were talking about how we might collaborate in terms of doing some special events. And they knew Jan. She's an icon when it comes to television, and a lot of people who are working here are people that they have backgrounds with, history with. So what we do is we take not only the skills, but we connect you, we network you with people in the industry while you're in class and afterwards. And we have a great career services team as well. Lauren Spain, who's the director. And we have a job board that anybody can go on and find right now. You can be clicking on their computer and you can go to the job board. And we will work with you no matter where you are in terms of getting a resume or interviewing skills. It doesn't matter what time zone you're in, we'll make it work. So I just want to say to all of you, you're not in this alone. This is something that it's a team effort. Your success is our success, and we'll do everything we can to support you. So don't be a stranger. Let us know whatever it is that you need, or questions or concerns. We want to know that as well. So that's it.
All right, Sue, thank you. But hang here with us in
All
case
right.
there are other answers, I always say, and issues. But speaking about jobs, we're pretty proud here in the Communications Media Department that we have students who are working now all over the world, and we're pretty proud of that. And we have students working in companies that weren't even around 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Maybe it was somebody's brainchild. And I will tell you that new companies are popping up all the time, and students are going to work there. For instance, we have a student who is now with Airbnb, and you think, Airbnb? Is she booking hotel rooms, homes? She is part of the production team at Airbnb, and they hired her because she can shoot, and she can edit, and she can do motion graphics. Airbnb. We have somebody right now working at Dolby Sound. She's working not as a sound engineer, she is working in their HR department, human resources department. They hired her because she can shoot and she can edit and she can tell stories. They want her to do all these profiles on the people of Dolby. In fact, they already sent her to Japan. They already sent her to Amsterdam.
It's awesome.
They already sent her to Australia
Wow.
to do these profiles on people at Dolby Labs in these different places. That's why they hired her, and we're so proud of that. We have 2 students right now, graduates, who are working Salesforce. Salesforce is a software company. Of course, here in San Francisco, they have the tallest building in San Francisco. But they hired our students because our students could shoot, edit, produce, run a studio like this. Jason Yee and Joey Marchini are there. And you think, Salesforce, a software company? Yes. We have people at Yelp, and Yelp is, you do reviews about restaurants, and they wanted students who could edit. So when you think about what's going on in the world, think about new technology, new ideas, new places that you can work. So, there's some great other stories, right, Steve?
Oh, absolutely. Think about it. Every company, every corporation needs communications. They need to get their message out, whether it's internally to their employees or externally if they're selling products. And that's what our students are really made for. They can tell the stories on video. They can tell the stories on audio, on podcasts. We had another student, Ben Clegg, who's now working, if you're into sports, he's working for the San Jose Sharks. He's running the master control board of all the cameras and everything for the San Jose Sharks. So, they're everywhere. If they're in the broadcast business, we have someone working in social media. Social media was not even heard of 5 years ago. But
Or esports.
Yes, and esports, absolutely. So we have students just about everywhere in this business. It's all about communications and learning the technologies around them so that you could work in a lot of different areas. So we're really encouraged. Every year we see our students all around the world working, and it's really kind of fun to see them. We feel very, very, very proud.
We're really proud. Speaking of jobs, to my right is Heather Hasper, and she is a pilot, an aviation expert, and she is our drone production instructor, and she's brought drones with her. So Heather, tell us about this field and how it's growing.
Yes.
And tell us about what you brought. So first, tell us about how the field is growing.
Well, the field is growing exponentially, and you talk about telling a story. When we teach our class, we teach the dynamic aerial imagery class, and it is all about storytelling. It is about using a drone to tell a story. So you're learning the technology, aviation, and you start off in the class with a small baby drone like this one, and you go from learning how to fly and learning the basic fundamentals of flight. This actually becomes your drone. You're issued a personal drone that you can take home and fly.
And we should say there is a camera in this.
There's a camera.
HD camera in this drone.
Right, and so you can start off taking video with that little camera, and at your home and practice flying, and you learn to fly it. And then you work your way up, and you learn to fly different controls. This is the controller for that. Look at the size of that drone
I know.
compared to the
I know,
size of
just
that
controller.
controller.
Yes.
And then by the time you move up, look at the size of this controller, which folds down to much smaller, and then the size of this drone, which becomes, this actually has a 4K camera and can fly over 3 miles away and tell put to music, and you can tell an excellent story with it. This is the type of camera and type of device that when you go out in the industry, employers want you to have skills and be able to use.
I'm going to hold your mic so you can show how fabulous this drone is. Now watch this. It's a Mavic DJI drone.
It's a Mavic Pro.
Mavic Pro. DJI is a company who makes this.
And this is one of the most common drones that's out there. DJI. So we teach them on the Mavic Pro. We also teach on the Inspires, which is a very common photography drone. But see, this compacts directly up like this. And you can take this on an airplane. It makes it very portability-wise. This is what makes it very, very common. And just together like that, you can just fit it in a bag and take it right there with you through TSA and anywhere around the world. We have students who purchase these in our class. We like to say we have one of the most fun classes in the academy.
But then the handbook that goes with this class is that thick, and Heather updates it every semester because she wants you to take the test and pass the test about. So you need to know weather, and you need to know
aviation weather. You need to know where you can and cannot legally fly, and so we teach to that test. And if you want to do this for a living, which there's tons of job opportunities out there. Let's say you want to go work for the Motion Picture Association and want to fly drones to make movies, you need to have an FAA license to do that. And this is true even if you want, no matter where you come from around the world. I've had students from Saudi Arabia. We've had students from Sweden. We have lots of students from Asia. And we teach them where they can and cannot fly in their home countries, not just in the United States, but they learn to fly and what the rules are in their home country so that they can be prepared to fly back in both the United States and throughout the world. So we teach to prepare you to know what the rules are in your home theater so that when you go, and we have lots of students purchase a drone during our class.
not necessary, but because when you want to practice, we have these drones for you to practice. So, but people do in the end.
Just because they end up getting so enthused about the product and they end up having so much fun.
Yes.
How far does that one fly?
This one can actually, this one here?
How far does this fly is a question.
That one can actually fly about 500 feet, but that one's very affected by the wind. So when the doors are open, the wind will carry it away. I don't recommend flying that one outside. We only fly that one indoors. When we fly it in the warehouse where we teach.
But this one
This one can fly over like 5 miles.
Wow.
It all depends on the controller and what kind of reception you're getting in the
And do
atmosphere.
people ever lose them? Do they get out
Oh,
there?
you should. So basically, when Heather says these can fly 5 miles, they will take the class and fly alongside the Bay Bridge.
We fly outside, we fly parallel the bridge, we fly underneath the bridge, and
You cannot fly over.
can't legally fly over the bridge. That's off limits.
Fly under the bridge?
You can
You
fly,
can
under,
fly
the bridge.
under
we
the
actually
bridge.
have some great student video, and students have put some great post-production videos together of the shoreline of San Francisco and made some great city skyscapes of the video of the city.
And they also take the class to the USS Hornet. This is an aircraft carrier. This is where planes land, and it's based in Alameda. And you take your class and you fly drones there.
Correct, and the students are tasked to put together a historical documentary video using the drone about some sort of historic feature about the history about the USS Hornet, because it's got a lot of historical, a lot of history about the history of the ship. And so we have over 80 different historical videos that are up on our YouTube channel, aaudrones.com, on the YouTube channel.
I got to look at that.
I know. So we've had great successes. And in terms of where people are getting jobs, Heather, in what industries?
People are getting jobs in real estate, they're getting jobs in agriculture, they're getting jobs with local media companies,
Public
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 safety, fire departments, police departments. But and a lot of people are starting their own businesses with drones too. They're starting their own photography companies and using the drones to fly photography and do professional photography and create video development and create videos for marketing purposes.
And one last thing, why Heather is wearing Giants, San Francisco Giants, she and Roger, also a drone instructor, took some of their students and they were hired by the San Francisco Giants to shoot at the ballpark. Just briefly tell us about that.
So we were hired to film the recently renamed Oracle Park. They wanted to do new marketing video for the renaming. It was previously named AT&T Park, and then they just recently changed the name to Oracle Park. And so we did filming of the stadium, all around the stadium, through McCovey Cove, and did a whole bunch of aerial photography for them. This involved getting permission from the San Francisco Film Commission because it is a historic structure, a landmark in the city. It required getting permission from the San Francisco Port Authority because it's right along the shoreline of the water, working with the police department. So this is the kind of permissions you have to get when you want to fly a drone in certain portions of San Francisco. And this is what we teach our students, and this is what you learn in the class, is how to get those permissions. So you don't just learn just how to fly the drone, but you learn how to adopt and prepare flight plans for your clients so that you can get those jobs that will pay more than just $70, that you can get those jobs where you can, and how to prepare a flight plan for your clients that'll meet both the FAA regulations and the requirements of the FAA.
Okay, tough instructor right here. We know it, but thank you, Heather. I'm going to pass this mic on to Steve. So just as we sort of do the wrap up, I want to talk about a couple new classes we have, and one in particular near and dear to my heart is Gender, Race, and Class in the Media. There's a brand new class we're offering just on site this semester, and it's running. I've been in the class several times. It's an excellent class. We had a transgender student here at the university in fashion journalism come and speak to the class about being a transgender student here. And she was very candid. She's from Guam. She was born physically a boy, and what she went through to become female, which she believes is her true identity. And she was candid, honest, shared her heart and what she went through with the class. The class is going to KGO TV this coming week, and they're going to meet with the news director there, Tracy Wachowski. Rare that there's a female news director at an ABC station, so she's fabulous. But they're going to talk to Tracy about, gee, if there's a race riot in Oakland, do you send an African-American reporter? If there's a gay pride parade in San Francisco, do you send a reporter who identifies as gay? If there's, a Japanese festival in Japantown, do you send an Asian reporter? How do you make those kinds of decisions? How do you make the kind of decision to say, well, this story about the Gay Pride Week gets X number of minutes on television, whereas this other story may not? So the class is going to go to ABC, meet with Tracy, and ask some really tough questions. So next spring, this class will be online and on-site, and we're pretty proud of that.
Yeah, it's an excellent class. And speaking of ABC, ABC came in and did a little mini job fair with us just a couple of weeks ago. They're looking to hire some young people to start a new initiative that they're doing for storytelling in the Bay Area, and they came and auditioned a few dozen of our students, and we had a very interesting job fair. So we have these great connections with our local broadcast community, and great relationships with all the television stations and radio stations, so you can get internships. Think about internships, as you're moving down your career. Once you pass being a sophomore, looking into being a junior, keep those grades up, because it's important to keep those grades up for that. But we have great internships available to you, and it may indeed lead to a job. We could tell you many stories where the students impressed the employers while they're there, and they were hired immediately as soon as they graduated. So,
and we can name names. Jordan Aquino was one of those students that he loved sports. We had him apply, and he got accepted, which was Comcast Sportsnet, which is now NBC, and he got hired there as an intern. Then he was hired as an editor and worked there for 3 years. Now, Jordan Aquino is at Turner Sports Network in Atlanta, Georgia. So we know that happens. And we can tell you other success stories.
Well, my goodness, we have many, many, many success stories in terms of people moving on, especially in the sporting field. If you're interested in sports and sports broadcasting, we have many, many students that
Well,
have moved in
look
that.
who went into MLB. Chris Petrozzi
That's right.
went to the MLB,
Major League Baseball.
Baseball, right here, based in San Francisco, and has a job there. He's a production assistant and an editor. Tyler Strawn worked there, and Tyler Strawn, again, one of our graduates, is now working at ESPN,
ESPN.
which is owned by Disney, by the way, and working there. Again, Elizabeth Sweeney, I talked about, she works at Airbnb. And so we have great success stories. And as Sue mentioned, it is about jobs.
Yeah.
That is true. And we do believe in internships. In our department, we offer you two semesters. You can take an internship. You can do it once, you can do it twice, but we give you credit to take an internship. And our students are taking internships everywhere, from LinkedIn to Yelp to, of course, NBC to KRON TV. We've had people certainly in non-broadcast companies.
Right.
Podcasting.
Podcasting is very big right now.
iHeartRadio. We had a lot of
students
students at
at
iHeartRadio
iHeartRadio.
because podcasting is big. And by the way, our podcast class is both a communications class and an LA class. So you can take it as an LA class. You can take it as an elective. We're making it really sort of welcoming to all of you. And this gender, race, and media class is also an LA class. You can take it as an elective. You can take it as an LA class. So, these are classes that we think are relevant to today's times, and we want to keep up with the times.
Absolutely. So look forward. Also, every semester we have Career Day. We have a career night in which we bring people in, people who hire and people. We also bring alumni in to say what was their experience after they left in order to get that first job. And so look forward to that. That's going to be coming up in a couple of months. So keep monitoring on the Twitter feed, and that'll be announced.
Okay, we're going to pass it on for last words of advice from Vivian Lau. Tell the students, tell everybody and their friends, what would be your final words of advice?
Well, my final word of advice would be, stay connected with other students, with instructors, with the department directors, and of course, your advisors. Check in with your advisors every semester, at least once a semester. Make sure, you check your progress every semester. Make sure you know how to check your grades online. Make sure you know how to check your degree progress online. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We're here to help.
We just want to say it's very easy to check your degree progress. A lot of students will carry it on their phones. It's their portal.
Yes. You can check it from your app. We have the mobile app where you can check your classes, where you can check your degree progress, not just online on your computer.
And it's very easy to do. And then you work with Vivian and all the other advisors. Here at Communications, you will be on the plan. And
Yes.
the plan is to the finish line. It's graduation. And so we make sure that every single one of our students are on the plan.
Definitely.
All right. Thank you, Vivian. Steve, to you, any final words of advice?
No, I know this is we're getting into the tough range now. We're past the first 4 weeks, and you've been thrown a lot of skills, a lot of foundational things have been thrown at you for those first 4 weeks. Be strong, get through it. We're here to help. Our doors are open, so please, if you're feeling like, I'm overwhelmed a little bit, and you need someone to talk to, I know Jan's in her office or I'm in my office, please come by. We'll talk about it. We'll see how we can help you, either with a workshop or maybe some consultation. We'll find a way to get you over the hump, because midterms are coming, and that's an important step with the midterms and midterm grades. So keep the faith and keep strong, and
We'll help you get there.
We'll help you get there.
And Steve is right when he says, come and speak with us. We can't tell you how many times a student will come in and say, oh my gosh, I don't know how I can do this. Oh my gosh, it's so hard. Oh my gosh, I'm so over. And then we say, have you spoken with your instructor? No, I haven't. I can't do it. have you spoken with your instructor? The instructors are really open to speaking with you, even online instructors. Yesterday, a student came in so relieved because she had a conversation, a 30-minute conversation with her online instructor, Dave Stoke, who, she cleared it all up. He showed her the way. She showed the path. She was so happy when she came to my office. And that's what happens,
Yeah.
right? Talk to your instructor. Come and talk to us.
Yeah.
But a lot of times you make an appointment to talk to the instructor. Even online instructors, they will speak with you. My gosh, the clouds part. And the sky is blue. Sun is out.
You're not alone.
Yes.
You're not alone. You have a team behind you to
Yes.
get you to the finish.
So I'm going to pass it to Sue. Sue, again, last words of advice for our students.
Well, I want to just piggyback on what everybody's been saying. One of the things I know is that we're going to midterms, as people were just saying. The other piece of this, though, is that sometimes at midterms you may get a grade that you don't particularly, it's less than what you'd hoped for. The other thing that can happen is we're going into the dark months. It's where the days are shorter. In a lot of parts of the world, it gets a lot colder. Not too bad here, but still can get gloomy, I think. And students, they get cold. Sometimes they get sick. They get overwhelmed. They feel like, oh, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe this really isn't what I should be doing. And I guess my words of advice is, drink lots of water. Don't over-caffeinate. I mean, sometimes when we're depressed or we've got deadlines, we think we drink more coffee, more Red Bull, whatever it is, it's going to get better. It won't. I guarantee you your work will not be at the level it needs to be. So drink lots of water. It's a natural tranquilizer. It'll help flush the stress toxins out. Second thing is get your sleep. Staying up all night, staying up multiple nights in a row does not get you any gold stars. Part of what we're trying to teach you here is not just these skills, but how to be a professional, how to meet the deadlines, so that when you go to that job that you always wanted, people don't look at you as you're sleeping at your desk thinking this is a mistake. We want to teach you how to balance and how to take care of yourself, meet the deadlines, and do the best possible work that you can. And I guess the final thing I would say to you is the worst thing you can do, the very worst thing you can do is give up. So many times it's just at that point where you question whether you can do it that all of a sudden the light bulb goes on and you jump exponentially. You become, it's like a whole nother level. So don't give up before the miracle happens. Keep going. And we're all here to help you. You're not alone.
So to add to this, though, Sue, will you tell the students that we have resources here that they can seek help with?
We have resources that you can seek help with.
Yay!
Just like we have what's called the Academy Resource Center, someone who's going to help you with planning if you've got time management issues, or if you're having studies, you need some study skills, or if you just need maybe some ideas about where you can go to get other kinds of help. She can do that for you. And also, if you have special disabilities, and this is diagnosed disabilities where we have a department that will make sure you get the accommodations that you need. So we've got support for you. And like they said, they've been there. They've done it. They've hit that slump. They know what it's like. So don't be afraid to reach out and let them know what's happening.
Okay, thank you, Sue. And so, Heather, last words from you as a drone instructor with the cool props here. What would you say to students?
Come out and have fun. It's a fun class, and it offers many opportunities to tell stories. And when they talk about we're approaching the 5th week or the 7th week, we're approaching midterms. But for our class specifically, the second half of the class is the more when the fun starts. And the first half of the class is a lot of intensive learning, a lot of the learning of the flight components. But the second half of the class is when we get to do all the fun field trips. So I encourage you, and keep in mind on how you can use this in whatever career you're thinking of, because there are so many different applications where drones are the future. Drones are here. They're not just, Domino's is already delivering pizza by drone. In other countries. It's not happening in the U.S., but it is happening in other places around the world. Medicine is being delivered by drones. It's only a matter of time before they're coming to a neighborhood near you. So storytelling with drones is here.
Okay, thank you, Heather. And we're laughing, but like 5 years ago, 2 years ago, we thought that would be impossible.
It's happening.
But it's happening. Pizzas by drones, medicine by drones. I mean, it's happening. So, but thank you, Heather, for joining us. I want to thank everybody here. I mean, certainly Vivian Lau. By the way, Vivian's first time at a town hall meeting. I think that's so, yeah, way to go. Thank you, Vivian. Certainly, Sue Raleigh, thank you for coming. Heather, thank you for coming. Steve, of course, you had to be here. So we want to thank everybody for joining us. And once again, if you're online and you're in San Francisco, come and visit us. Our doors are always open. We have an open door policy, so come to our games. Steve is right. One of our online students from Texas was in town. He came to one of the games. He actually ran a camera. We run 8 cameras at some of these games. He actually ran a camera. He was really excited. And then we want to say again, if you're hitting that bump, you've heard from Vivian, you've heard from Steve, you heard from Sue and Heather, come and see us. Talk to your instructor, come and see us. We're going to help you get over that little bump, and we want to see you at the finish line, graduation. All right, have a great day, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Bye.
Thank you.